Hey Boss Fam, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you are doing fantastically well and you are blessed. Thank you for tuning back in. And if you're here for the first time, welcome. Welcome to the Boss Ladies channel. I am the Boss Lady, aka D, aka Dammy. But my friends call me D, so you can call me D. So today, guys, I'm back with another video. I think my reintroduction video that I posted last week did fantastically well, and there was a lot of follow-up questions in regards to like divorce and how you navigate that space and that journey after post-divorce. So I'm back with another video. I'm back to just talk to my ladies and my gents who have either gone through divorce or are currently going through it and want some real life experience talk. Yeah, we're just here to talk and help each other really. I feel like we need a community. That's what we need. So that's what I'm here to do, and I hope that my channel is helpful to at least someone, even if it's just one person. I'm grateful that it will help you. So let's jump right into the video. And I'm here with another video, talking mainly about divorce and life after divorce. So if you're here for the first time, please check out my reintroduction video that I posted last week. From that video, I've had a ton of so much positive responses. So first of all, I just want to thank everyone for your care and concern towards me and my kids. And also, I want to thank those who reached out to me and actually asked if I can make more videos talking about divorce and life after divorce. So I'm back. I'm back with another video. Mainly talking about how I navigated life after divorce. And I think I'm going to make it a series because there's so much to talk about, guys. There's so much to talk about. I don't want to do one video that just contains all information. There's just too much to talk about. And I want to be able to break it down so that, whatever stage that, if you're going through a divorce, whatever stage you feel that you are at, you can click on that specific video and watch it and ask me questions, and I can always make a follow-up video after that. I think it's important that every video is true to the title of that video, and so I don't want to rush the process. I don't want to make one long video that just won't really make sense to someone, because I know that I will end up leaving stuff out. And I think there's so much important information that can help someone, and even if it's just one person that's helped, really, I don't mind. But I just want to be able to be transparent and yeah, just talk to you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna make this a series of talking about life, navigating life after divorce. Um, and I can do something about drawing if that's what you guys would want. Let me know in the comment section below, and I will make that video. But for today, I'm just going through my notes. For today, we are going to talk about navigating life after divorce. So if you don't know, if you haven't watched my reintroduction video previously, and I think a video that I did before that, I talked about getting a divorce. I am a divorced single mother of two beautiful young children. I got divorced, I think, 4 years ago. It literally was at the beginning stages of COVID, the lockdown. So you can imagine, like, it was crazy, like being at home. And at that time, my children were 2 and 3. So being at home, I just started a new job and COVID hits. And you can imagine that being at home with two young kids by yourself is crazy. Crazy. It's just crazy. And it was a time where I definitely thought I needed my husband. Uh, I will say my husband for the purpose of this video. I definitely needed my husband around because I didn't want to. I didn't know how to navigate being a mother of two young children, and we've never been in a epidemic like COVID-19 before. So how was I going to navigate that time, that space, um, that new role as a single mother and working in a new job? And to be very honest with you, it's a journey. It's still a journey. I feel like I've gotten past a lot of the stages of post divorce. You know, you go through different stages mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. So I think I've gone past a lot of those stages, but still, it's something that you I don't know how to put this, but let me just be honest. Let me just be blunt with you guys. It still feels like a a coat that you will never take off. Like it's like a scar that is always going to remain on your heart. Quite frankly, um, it's healed. It's healed. It's, you know, scabbed over. It's healed, but at the same time, you know it's there. You look at your heart and you're like, oh yeah, I've been divorced. You know, I've gone through marriage and I'm at the other side of it. So to say the least, it's been a journey, and I personally believe that I will definitely get married again, and I will have my happy ending. I don't want to say happy ending because I feel like marriage is, first of all, marriage is not the be all and end all. Like it's not like you get to the destination of marriage and then that's it. Like life becomes easy, you know, because marriage in itself is work, you know. But what I'm saying is, I do believe that I will be in a better and happier marriage. So I'm just putting that out there so that, you know, I'm not making these videos believing that I'm going to stay single, remain single for the rest of my. Have you seen me? Like, can you guys look at me, please? I'm I'm a thing. I'm a painting. I'm a babe, a whole babe, you know, a baby girl for life. And so I know, like, I'm on. I will definitely get married again, or because life is sweet. Marriage is sweet, especially when it's done with the right person. What other better way of spending life, going through life with someone who's like your best friend, your encourager, your purpose filled partner? You know, it just makes life extra sweet going through life with someone who has your best interest at heart. For me right now, I am in the re- rebuilding stages of my life. So, as I said in my previous video, I and my children have just moved into a new flat, and I'm starting my business again. I'm picking up my brushes and my combs again because I used to do hair and makeup, and I stopped doing that because there was just a lot going on. Even my YouTube videos, as I explained before, there was a lot going on. And for me, I needed to step away and just heal. I needed to step away and just heal. I needed to step away from everything that I thought I knew, that I thought I thought, the thought that everything, I needed to step away and just heal. I believe the life that I dream of for me and my children and my husband when I get there is gonna be an amazing life. It isn't. It's amazing as it is. You know, me and my children are in good health. We're happy. Like goodness, I couldn't tell you how long it took for us to get to this point. You know, um, but I do believe that the life that I am going to live with my children and my husband when he does come, if he does come and when he does come, is going to be amazing. So I say all this to say that yes, it's been 4 years, and I know that many people will say, "Oh, you should be over it by now. You should like have moved on." And to those people, I do want to say, I hope and pray that you never go through a painful experience such as divorce. And if you have been through it already and you've already mastered it and got through, well done to you. A round of applause for you. I'm happy for you that you've been able to navigate being able to move on. This video, though, is not for people like you. It's for people who are still struggling, still trying to navigate life after divorce, still in that space of pain. And they're just asking, like, how would I get through it? Will I ever get through it? And I'm here to tell you, you will. You will definitely get through it. You will definitely get through the pain. You will definitely get through the hurt. You will definitely get through this experience, this time. It's a season, right? Everything has its time and season. And you will get through, like, the rain doesn't last forever. At some point the sun has to come out. So I think that's one thing that I've taken in my life, that it cannot possibly rain forever. It cannot stay like this forever. Change is constant in this life. So things will change and they will get better if, let me put that word there, if you are willing to put in the work. Cannot stay here. It's time to pick yourself up and let's keep moving forward. For those of us who didn't marry once, and I'm not going to say we didn't marry well, because there's different circumstances as to why people get divorced, right? And so I don't want to ever put anyone or make anyone feel ashamed for getting divorced, because trust me, I went through a period of shame. I went through a period of shame. It wasn't just shame, it was guilt as well. Um, and I'll tell you what that was. Basically, I felt the guilt and the shame of disappointing God. That was the first biggest thing for me. It was like, I've done this thing that you've asked me to do that is so sacred to you, and here I am divorcing. Here I am, like, not doing, uh, walking away from the thing that you have held so dear to your heart. I felt that shame. I felt it and I carried it for a very long time. Um, Funny enough, I just finished watching Ronke Raji's video on her divorce experience. And I had to agree with her that actually there isn't a lot of videos out there that speak on divorce, especially like us Africans. We carry this thing so close to our chest. I mean, we the whole world knows when we're getting married. We have the biggest parties, the biggest bridal trains. We try to outdo each other with the amount that's spent on weddings. But when and if those marriages don't work, you do not hear those same women come out and say, this is what I experienced, this is what I went through. And I'm 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 very respectful and mindful of the fact that it's not everything that needs to be shared. I 100% agree. But I feel like basically what I'm saying is that there's not a lot of people talking about divorce and how to navigate life after it, and what happens, what are the stages that you go through, what what is there to expect, you know? And so that was one of the biggest things that I carried, was the guilt of letting God down. Basically, I felt like I had let him down. Like, I had done this thing in front of family and friends, it's in front of him, and it was like I was making a mockery of it. So that took me a long time to deal with. Um, Especially because when you're going through divorce as well, I need people to be very mindful of what they say and what they say to people who are going through that experience. But then I want to speak to us who have gone through or going through it. I'm going to touch on this later, but definitely be very careful of what you allow yourself to hear and internalize, because people will they will say their opinions from kingdom come. But there's an African proverb that says only the person who wears the shoes knows where it hurts, right? So people can say whatever they want to say, but it's only you that knows what you're feeling in that marriage, what you're going through. The second place where I felt very guilty is with my children. So I had grown up in a single parent household, I knew exactly how it felt being in a single parent household, not having my dad around, not having like the different circumstances that come with being in a single parent household, like not having enough money to like do things. And I'm the oldest as well, right? So it was like for me, there was a lot of things that I absorbed so that my sisters didn't have to go through it. And I was just like, Jesus, am I now going to put my children through that same thing that I grew up with? And I vowed that I would not let it happen. The thing is, my parents weren't married. So even me getting married, I felt like, oh, I'm breaking generational curses, like I'm breaking something that should have been for me, right? So I explained, like, basically, like I said, my mom and dad weren't married. So because I've not seen the example of a marriage, right? It should be so easy for me to walk in the same position or same steps that my mom took. But I vowed and I prayed and I did everything according to the books. I went to college on time, went to uni on time, graduated with a 2-1, met and married my husband. And I thought, yes, I'm breaking generational curses. Like, I'm not sure about my dad because again, like we don't have a relationship. I won't even say really, we don't have a relationship. But with my mom didn't graduate um uni, I don't think. And she she didn't graduate uni. She didn't have a relationship with her mom because her mom died young, and my mom never got married. So I thought, me graduating as the firstborn, me getting married as the firstborn, I was breaking generational curses and doing good, right? And I know you would say, oh, it takes two to tango, like you cannot carry that guilt on yourself. Guys, I know. But ask anyone who's going through it. You don't think about the other person's out of the equation now. Do you get what I mean? This is you. You are talking to yourself. So I'm not carrying the guilt of my ex-husband. I'm thinking to myself that, oh my God, like I failed my children. I've failed them because this is ultimately the person that I picked to be their father. And he's decided to leave and go and break what we were building as a family. Um, so I felt guilty with that. And then thirdly, I felt guilty with like my family, my mom, my sisters, and like my friends and well wishers, right? Because I felt like I don't want to set a bad example. And it's sad because especially in the African community, as the firstborn, we carry so much. Not even, I don't even want to say guilt or pain, but we carry so much. We internalize so much. We have to do so much. And it's a shame because sometimes you're not living life for you. You're living life for your siblings that are after you. You're living life for your parents to ensure that, they can say, oh, my first child is, the great example for her siblings or his siblings. So you carry that much that weight on you that you always just want to be perfect. You want to do things perfectly. You want to ensure that you're doing things well. And um I was the first one to get married in my family. I was the first one to have a baby in my family. So it was a big deal. It was a big deal. It was like I was letting my sisters, I was giving them a bad example because I got divorced just before my youngest sister got married. And it scared me because I was like, oh, I don't want her to think that this is what marriage is about. Even though we've both obviously grown up in the same household where we didn't have our dad, but it was like me getting married was like a great example of if you live your life right, this is what could happen. Like you can, get married and enjoy life and, have a man in the house because we never experienced that. And like I said before, marriage is not the be all and end all, even though in our community, in our culture, it seems to be. But I just want to be very, very honest. Marriage is not the be all. It's there to enjoy. It's a mandate from God, right? That two shall become one. But there's also examples in the Bible where people have been alone and not married. or they've married wrong and it's been a disaster. So it's like there's a lot of variables to marriage. We want to marry the way Christ intended marriage to be. We want to marry in that way. Um, but unfortunately, not all of us get it right, you know? And so yeah, it was just a period of carrying a lot of weight of guilt. So as I say, marriage is a beautiful thing when it's done right. And you know, there's so much pros that come with marriage, that come with marrying right. Even though there's even still cons, but even those cons is like you can work through it, right? But what happens when, you know, it's not working right and things are starting to go left? I will say, and I will continue to say, that divorce is not a destination. It's not like you get divorced and then life goes back to how it was post marriage. Or it's not like you get divorced and life just goes great again. Not like you get divorced and you act like nothing's happened. Divorce is like getting a cut on your heart, right? And though it's scarred up, it's healed, but that scar will always be there. And it will always remind you of that period that you've gone through, that journey that you've gone through. And I have to say that divorce never leaves you. It's not like it's a shadow that creeps over you. You will get over that, to be honest. But it never leaves you in the sense that you will always remember. Like, especially when you start want to start dating again, especially when you want to get married again. And I would say I will highly recommend in anything that you get a counselor, or a therapist. And especially if you're Christian, please try and get a Christian therapist, because you want someone whose values align with yours, whose views align with yours. You don't want someone who's going to be like, well, girl, the best way to get over a man is to get under a new one. I know therapists will not tell you that, but I'm just saying, like, get someone who aligns with your views, like who understands the Bible and why you would feel certain ways, and they can interact with you through the word of God, basically. So, as I say, divorce changes the core of who you are. It changes how you view yourself, how you view the world. It changes a lot of your perception, because before I got married, I'm not gonna lie, and this hasn't really changed, but it's altered it a little bit. I'm a big romantic, and I think a lot of us are like, we've especially if you grew up on Disney, you grew up on like these romantic novels and movies. You always feel like, oh my god, my Prince Charming is out there somewhere, or my princess that needs saving is out there somewhere. I take a deep breath, because I've seen it's not like that too. Life, especially after you get divorced, marriage and divorce will show you, yeah, that people can change at a drop of a dime, at a drop of a hat. Marriage is like a mirror that you see yourself in. You see the good, you see the bad, and you see the ugly. Now, when you're going through divorce, that's like times 10, because you will be tested in different ways. You will be tested crazily. And I felt like, for me personally, I know I'm a strong person. I don't really get affected by things. I have a mind where if I want to do something, I'm just going to do it. I'm not trying to get distracted. I probably won't talk about it to 100 people. I just want to do that thing and get it done with, right? So even if I'm going through like a situation, even if I want to cry, gone self, I will cry. I will cry in my room. I will cry by myself. And then I literally will look in the mirror and start cussing myself, like, look at you. As I'm crying. As I'm crying, I'm like, look at you. Look at you. You better just stop crying. You better just get over it. And then that will help me to like place my emotions in a where it needs to be, I think you have to laugh at yourself to stop yourself from getting depressed, because more depression, sadness, loneliness, all of those things are not it's not nice. It's not nice to go through. So I know how to talk to myself to get myself out of those situations. But you see, getting a divorce, oh, sister, brother, it will make you feel like you're losing your mind, because it's like the array of emotions that you go through, it is just too much. Is too much. It's very important to understand yourself. It's very important to understand and sit with yourself and know where exactly you want to go and what you want to do and where you want to be. Even within marriage, let's not even just talk about divorce. Even in marriage, because yes, you're. I hope that you've married the right person. You've married your best friend. You've married someone who is going to be your cheerleader. But even that person is going through life changes of their own. Do you understand? And so it's not going to always be hunky dory. It's not always going to be amazing. It's not always going to be a fairy tale. There's going to be times where you're both aiming to give 100% of yourself to the relationship, but one day your partner might only be able to give 20. You might have to bring the other 80. Sometimes you might not even have that 80 to give. And so sometimes that's where a disconnect happens, you know? So divorce is like, it's a loss, it's a traumatic experience, it is a grieving process, um, that unfortunately you will have to go through. It's not something that you can just skip over. It's not I mean, the grieving process after, it's not something you can just skip over. It's not something that you can just deny. It's not something that you can pretend that nothing is happening. I mean, you can pretend to the outside world, but I'm talking about to yourself. With yourself, you cannot pretend like everything is okay. Um, and again, if you are that type of person who can get over things very quickly, kudos to you, but I really recommend seeing someone, because it's not good to internalize traumatic experiences like that and just act like nothing's happened. So today's video is talking about mindset versus emotions. Now, this is the first one I'm starting with because I feel like this is the one that's really, really the most important. And yes, relationship with God, of course, trumps all of that. But even with that, even in having a relationship with Christ, you still need to have a mindset that will take you through versus your emotions. Because imagine building a life with someone, seeing your future with this person, and then having children or buying a house or whatever it was, building a life with this person, and then for whatever reason it doesn't work out. It will snatch the rug from under your feet. And the 5 stages of grief, according to Elizabeth Kobler Ross, are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Now, let me preference this by saying that you may not necessarily go through those 5 stages in order, but you will go through those 5 stages, or at least 3 of them. Don't rush the process. Don't rush the process. And please don't deny yourself going through the emotions. If you need to cry, cry. If you need to just chill out from the world, take a time out.